How are you doing? Here's the lads from 4 Stories. Keith, Dean, Paul, myself. Okay?
Keith.
Or was it Dean, Keith?
More names.
More names. Today we're going to be reviewing Prey.
The Prey.
Now, I always start off with it, what were your feelings going into it?
I liked it. I thought it was.
But like, what did you think before you actually watched the film?
Yeah,
Did
what
you
were you
have any
expecting?
idea what were you expecting?
I was expecting, like, because as you know, how Predator films went on beforehand, as well as like, I haven't seen the last sequel where it's full name title Predators, but as I noticed, there was always this big more Predators, more, and then it ended up being a disappointment. So I felt like it's gone to like probably that again, is where left disappointed, nothing to be done, and it's already done. But I felt like they went back to kind of the roots, and I felt like it was much more better.
I'd actually agree with you on that.
I was expecting it to be pretty decent. Like, compared with all the other Predator films, like, you know, you're kind of expecting, right, there's going to be a lot of shooting, killing, guts everywhere, and so that's what I kind of went in for. Seeing that they were going up against a real olden age kind of tribal group, it kind of had me a little bit baffled as to what way are they going to work going up against a big fellow like this.
Well, I am a huge fan of the first one. Huge fan of the second one. I felt, as you said, that the other ones got bloated. They became trying to become a 12s film and trying to put more in. And I do think there is scope for doing them films again, doing something similar, but they needed to have a grounded approach, and I think that's what worked here. So, to start off, the film is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, right? And we're basically put back to the Comanche Nation 300 years ago in America. So the film centres on an actress called a character called Naru, who's a skilled warrior that wants to protect her tribe against the first predator. So that's the interlude into it. Now, I thought myself, this film gave me everything I wanted, because I was an old fan and I loved this.
Yeah.
I loved the way, as you said, with the tribal thing.
Yeah.
I feel Naru was my fear going into this was she was going to be a Mary Sue. She was going to be brilliant, blah 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 blah. But everything was explained in the film.
Yeah.
Even the command, like this film actually was filmed. They did the scenes in Comanche and English. So when this film comes out for TV, you'll be able to watch the film in Comanche. It's one of the first films to actually film in Comanche.
Yeah.
Which actually I'll watch the film with them speaking Comanche, because I thought it was deadly. Now I understand it's like Vikings. They speak a little Comanche and then they're speaking English, but that's so we understand.
Yeah, first that did bring me a little bit where we had full bonding this action, like, what?
Yeah, so we could understand, yeah. But I have to say about this film, like, they actually had Native Americans in this, like, the lead actress Amber Minturner and her brother, the Beaver, who was Tabe, was brilliant. So, like, for me, they set the story up right. They didn't just mill the predators in. The predator was in the background.
Yeah, slowly came into things, like, which is cool.
Which is cool, like, and the thing was, from the start you see him, I don't know if you've noticed, he's starting to get the different species. He's building up.
Yeah, to the bigger species.
To the bigger
Started
species.
with a snake. He got with a snake, and then I think it was he took on the bear then, or I'm not too sure, but yeah, you're right about that, yeah.
So he was building up.
Like, it was like levels, like level 1 snake, level 2 dog, and then level 3 human. Like, he was building up to the, alright, snakes ain't used for me anymore, I'm moving to dogs. Dogs ain't used for me anymore, I'm moving on to fucking humans.
Yes, and he was collecting them. And I thought he was an interesting predator because his biomass was a skull.
Yeah.
And he obviously he was collecting trophies. Now, as I said, I felt like some of it was actually absolutely beautiful. How it was filmed was actually absolutely beautiful. We really are going back to the first Predator, keep it basic. And it did sometimes start to repeat beats that you would see in the original Predator, like where she went into the mud. So we think, she's going to do the exact same thing as Arnie did. But no, she did her own thing. And as I said, Naru I thought was brilliant because she wanted to be a hunter, and her people were saying, you can't, and you have to be a healer.
Yeah.
But the healer thing comes into it, you know that way. And I thought that I thought that was class. As I said, like I think it's a fun film.
It gives you a lot of suspense at the start though, like because you see the Predator up on the hill, kind of watching down and everything, but then it kind of gets into an aspect that's where they're going out hunting, and then you hear stuff and then you see stuff attacking them. Like I think it was more she was leaving or what it was, and she went up to the tree and it was a leopard that ended up killing her, and you're kind of like, oh, who's there? And then you see it's the leopard and you're like, oh brilliant, just that look, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and I love that, like our the relationship between her and our brother were brilliant.
yeah.
How they hunted and how they thing, and that was the thing. The Comanche, it was a great match because the Comanche only considered you a hunter if you could hunt something that could kill you.
Yeah.
And the Predator had the same
Aspect on.
But as you said, it was tribal people.
Yeah.
But then we got the Europeans coming in.
Is that the French? Were they the French?
They were French, yeah. They were French.
That's what I wasn't 100%
Yeah, they spoke their French, and they had their Italian translator there.
I had to laugh at one bit, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know when the Predator's there at the one in front of the French and they're going to shoot him? And then they shoot him when you're at the Predator still stands there and you just see them slowly reloading their barrels like comical.
Yeah, and like he says this is the Predator back. I think this is the idea that the predators are looking for worthy prey.
Yeah.
So I think the reason they've come back is because they're defeated. They have been a predator gets defeated. So they are looking for worthy prey. So that's why, as you said, he mills the Europeans.
Oh yeah.
He mills the Europeans.
Some great action on that. He's taking them all out. Some fantastic stuff, man.
Yeah, I thought like it was, as you said, it wasn't bloated. We went back to something simple.
Like original, like the origins of the story.
Origins of the story. Like I loved just watching the Comanche people. I loved their little culture. Like there were some amazing things. Like they have this thing you don't whistle at night because it attracts bad spirits. And you see in the film her whistle it to warn the village that the predator's coming. You know that way. And as I said, it is a battle slog, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. It's great. If you notice when he's fighting, right? If you notice when the Predator's fighting the native tribe and then fighting the French tribe, right? In the native tribe, it's all more just combat.
Yes.
It's more all hand to hand. But when he fights the French, he goes off and the prey. He goes off and he starts using all his weapons then.
You see, he views that's the thing with the Predator. If we walked out in front of the Predator now, he wouldn't kill us.
Yeah, because we're not
we don't have a weapon. But if you were a cop and you had a gun,
he'd see that and you're dead.
Yeah. That's the way he sees it.
Yeah.
So she learns very quickly that, like, if you don't have a weapon, he doesn't see you.
Yeah.
So as you said, when he see they are honourable hunters.
Yeah.
So when they did see that the tribespeople had more primitive tools, but when he saw they had guns, he says, "I'm using my guns."
Yeah, it's straight up like
you know that way.
Straight badass like.
Yeah, and there's some. I think it does a very good job. We don't see the predators are always in the background.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
So they don't overuse them.
He came into, I think it was the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes, that's when he came into it. The first 10 minutes of it was just you're one and we're going out hunting, catching food, like. But after the first 10 minutes, that's where you kind of get your first glimpse at the predator. And as you said, you see him with a snake and he just guts the snake like it was nothing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And we get brilliant things with this technology, like where he takes the skull and he
Puts the acid on it, or-
puts the acid on it, and he's getting his thing. But I have to say, Naru spots it. She knows something's wrong here. She has, and it leads into it in the show that her brother, although he's a good hunter, he's impatient.
Yeah.
And we see this early on in the film where, remember, they were getting the eagle, and he goes, "Oh, I got the eagle," and she says, "Now you're going to get wet going around to collect it." You know what I mean? So we introduced it, and as I said, like, she goes out to get, wasn't it, getting a panther, wasn't it?
The very kind of
cat thing,
Yeah.
and that fuck messes up because she falls.
Yeah.
She tries to trap him in.
Yeah, and then our brother.
Her brother goes back to the village of Hero.
Yeah.
But we find out the reason he could do it was because of her. You know that way. This film has just some great action scenes, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, what was the scene there with Jumanji? There was one there where he's fighting the predator, and I think he tries looking. It was an actual man in the predator's fucking. I think he caught him, didn't he? He caught him, and then he fucking more just cut him in half.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely a brutal fucking scene. I loved it. Like,
Yeah. For me, it was the fight with the bear.
all the bear.
Did you like that one?
It was just, I have to say, the name they've given this predator is the feral predator. So they're saying that the predator word, it's a bit different. It's like Earth. Some people are dark, some people are set up for different needs. Some people are built for the cold, whatever. This predator is more feral. That's what you call him, the feral predator. I thought, like you said, with the bear, he could have just blasted the bear.
Yeah.
He didn't want
He didn't. He went straight on the hand.
hand.
That's what I noticed everyone. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, do you know what I mean? Because usually, you know, the other predators, he's just straight in and just blowing everything straight up.
Because like I was looking at him and like the scene, like, and basically she tries to go after the bear and he saves her.
Yeah.
Do you know that way?
No, it's not the first time he saves her either, though.
Yes.
Especially when she got, I think, with the French, the prey kind of saved her then as well.
Yes.
Because I think she kind of knew by then, because when she got caught by the French, the predator walked toward her because he was only after chasing her through the field line. And he's only after killing her friend. I don't know if you've seen his death, you didn't even see him, you just seen the blood busted everywhere like range, you know what I mean? That was brilliant. But she got caught by the French with one of the bear traps. And the prey still walks over to her regardless, walks over and he picks her chain up and everything, and you're kind of thinking, oh, what's he gonna do? He's gonna drag her across the field. So no, he just goes and then that's when the French come into it, and you're kind of thinking, why did he not kill her? And then you kind of get the story like that, oh, she's not a threat, so he's not going to kill her, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think we get the view of the predator from his biomask. So like he basically scans you, and if you don't have a weapon, you're grand.
Yeah.
There's also, she learns, there's some interesting things. Of course, it's a predator film, and the predator doesn't win. But that we were expecting. But how she got to that point, I thought was brilliant. Like when one of the, I think it was the Italian interpreter for the French, she was kind to her. Remember, he gave her, she gave him the herb she was taking.
Yeah.
And she realised with the predator that when it lowered the body heart rate,
you couldn't see it.
he couldn't see it. So it's like, because she's not in the middle of the action with the predator at the time, she is studying it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
So when she knew, I thought they were going to do an Arnie all loaded up and the whole lot. No, she's using her herbs, which I thought made sense.
Yeah.
Do you know that way? And she could heal herself as well. But we see the predator doing that himself.
Yeah.
So we're starting to see that her and a predator are very similar in mindset. As I said, it showed like, oh my God, like what, if you were a predator and you're reloading with the guns and all, like, and the way
you're
they,
standing there and you're like, what are you gonna do? Like,
and I think that was the team. They went after the predator, they wanted the head on the spike.
Yeah.
And he said, right boys, fair game, let's go.
I don't have one of your heads on the spike. Which he isn't far off because when he's fighting the French, some of the death scenes are so good. Like you got one of them up against the tree, and he used his shield and just to open the shield, he cut the whole tree, but cut your whole man's head off at the same time. He took the bear trap and he just threw it right at your man's head and just slapped on the man's head. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. I loved his tech wasn't as up to date as the later films, which actually made sense. But like one of the things I thought was brilliant was his net trap. Remember they threw the net at them. He threw the net.
I couldn't really.
And when the net goes in, it just keeps going.
I didn't know what was going on with that, right? Because I looked at those, because I was looking at that, I seen it go, and then I seen him slowly. I knew your man died, but then you just seen the ball. I was like, where did the ball come from? So what happened there? Like, he threw the net on,
and the net
and it just evaporated back into a ball again.
Yeah, it just keeps cutting through.
Oh, I thought it was born on.
Yeah, well, it was like the lasers were going through. But as I said, like I just thought everybody was very well cast. There was only one bit I thought like that was a bit thing. It was a bit knock you over the head. That they don't want her to hunt. I thought that was a bit knocked. I think some of the execution on that, like, was a bit. But she was on. She had the senses about these things.
Oh, she knew everything.
Because they said it was a bear that killed their friend, that injured their friend, and it wasn't, and the whole lot. And there were so many good Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Like the predator took the gun, that had the name and the inscription on it. And
I've seen it from the.
we said for Predator 2. So that set up that she got the gun back. Now when she finally defeats the Predator, what I loved about it wasn't just her, it was her and her brother.
Yeah.
Now he gives himself away to kind of save her.
Yeah.
Like, but when she does actually kill the Predator, when she actually does get kill the Predator, he's fucked. He's been shot in the back of the head. He is properly done over. And I loved that she got caught in the mud, and she then used that as a trap. And one of the things I loved, I don't know about you, was the way she used her axes and the rope.
And the first time she got stuck in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant.
Oh, that was class.
I seen that when I was watching it, I was like, there's no way she's going to get it. It got to a point where it was like just her forehead was able to be seen just as she's going down, and she still showed. I was like, there's no way she's going to get it. So I'm like, what way is this story going to go now? Like, and then you see she managed to get it, you're like, no way did she manage to do that.
But I liked it because you could see her starting and she's clever, but she just doesn't do it first time.
Yeah,
it took a while to learn it, and I love the way she had herself prepped. As I said, I thought this was well, if you want, how do you feel like about this film? What would you give it out of 10, Keith?
I'd probably give it probably a 7 out of 10.
Right.
Like, I know it had its flaws.
What was its flaws for you that lost the 3 marks?
I think the flaws where, like you said there, some of the execution wasn't the best.
Right.
And then I'd say it's like it was a little bit. I felt like it could have been more, but there was bits missing. But I didn't know it wasn't original back to form, so I really liked it. So it was back to form, and that's why I liked it so much. It was back to normal, but I felt like it was a good film, but it was more or less a bit of a popcorn film to get me to where.
Okay, yeah. Yourself?
See, I don't know how I feel about it.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
I love the Predator films. I love the Predator himself.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen all these Alien versus Predator, and I think the Predator is by far the best one. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be honest, though, I'm gonna have to be honest. I think I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
You gotta give it 5 out of 10.
No, I liked the film.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I did. I kind of liked the film and all, but I don't know.
Well, you see, for me, I think what takes away the 5? What do you feel you could have done better?
See, because you've already seen all the other Predator films, so you know what.
You felt it was a bit of a rehash.
I'd say it was kind of a bit of a downgrade. in a sense.
Yeah.
Now, but don't get me wrong, the action was still phenomenal. So if you like watching the Predator films for the action and stuff, by all means watch it. It has plenty of it in it. Like, but personally, like the whole bringing it back to the kind of tribal days and all, you kind of you're watching, you're like, yeah, but you already know that he's going to tear them all to pieces. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So,
Well, that's always got to be think about Predator. For me, now, I have to say, I'd give this an 8, right? And I'll tell you why. As I said, there was little faults with it. There was. The kind of how our tribe treated her was a bit too heavy-handed, I thought. Could have been a little more subtle,
yeah.
right? But for me, this is a great opening film. Right? This is a great opening film. I think this is opening the universe. We've seen so many people go back and reboot a film
Yeah.
and just, it's brutal. And then it just stops and then someone else reboots it. Where I think with this they can build on it. Now, I've been doing a bit of reading on this. And because it's historical, right, they're thinking that's maybe the thing. Now, because she comes back with the Predator's head and the gun, right, that gun now ends up back in the possession of the Predators, because we know that's given to them in Danny Glover. So we know they're coming back, and I loved at the end the artwork they did with the Comanche thing about the aliens coming and the ships and the whole lot. But I think this opens the universe again. It gives us the potential to see them against the Predators again. I think it was a great starting point.
Yeah, well, yeah, it can give it a whole new chance to reboot the whole thing if it really wanted to. Look.
It doesn't feel like a failed reboot.
Yeah,
They can build on it.
That's
It intertwines into the other two films. And one of my favourite ones they were talking about, obviously they might go back to them, the Comanche tribe here, to get the gun back, which is great. But they are talking about in one of the comics, the Predators visit Japan, feudal Japan.
No way.
They go off against the samurai, and it becomes and it makes sense because it's very hot in the summer in Japan, that they would go off. So it becomes a ritual that they fight against the Predator, right? So that's why we've actually seen in later films that the Predators will actually take parts of people's culture. Like there's Celtic, there's a thing. So they're talking about maybe a Predator film going back to samurai time.
That'd be great.
And I think
That'd be class.
yeah, I think going back to that, I think it's opened the doors that the Predator may be in different places.
Yeah.
And I think if they keep it that it's visiting places like Cambodia, blah blah blah, and keep it